We are live.
Hey, welcome to the main event, and we are live tonight in the studio. We have Pooh Bear, B-Love, and the Chief. Matty Ho has the night off.
Where are you, Matty Ho?
Hopefully, he better be at least watching.
You would hope so. You would hope so. Hey, we got some things on. We're going to talk about. Look, we are going to talk about more baseball tonight, but there's actually a plan for that. We're going to talk a little bit about summer and what our plans are for summer, possibly, and then we've been talking about the weight loss challenge. I think we're going to get some put some meat on that tonight.
Get down to it.
But before we do that, we got to get started. All right. Well, where do you guys want to start tonight? We got tons to talk about. Chop is dead. The mayor of Seattle has a lawsuit filed against her. We've got baseball. What B-Love?
Baseball.
Sounds like Pooh Bear wants to get going with some
I'm
baseball.
so ready for baseball.
So I think there's a lot to talk about here. We could spend the majority of the show talking about Major League Baseball.
Man, there is a lot to talk about baseball. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get to it.
Rosters are out.
Yeah, we have a format to play. We know we're going to play 60 games. No spring minor league baseball. I just found that out.
So here's my first question.
Yep, I'm gonna post the link so you guys carry the show.
Okay, so 60 game season, is it even enough?
I think the 60 game season is actually going to be pretty interesting to watch because there are some teams it is going to really benefit, and there are some teams that it's going to hurt. For example, I think the Rays are going to really benefit from this because we didn't have a legit 5-man starting pitching roster to start with. So our pitchers are going to see a little more action than I think than a team that has 5 starters.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I wanted to talk about too. Is with only 60 games, which, by the way, I think 60 games is hard to make a relevant season. We're going.
There's definitely an asterisk on it.
We're going from 162 games to 60. By the way, that's only 37%. Get out your calculators. That's only 37% of a normal regular season. That's like it's a little over a third. I just think that's crazy. But I think it's going to be hard to be relevant. But one of my questions is, so the average starting pitcher is only going to get 12 starts,
right?
Right. Correct. So do teams go with a 5-man rotation, or do you go with a more of a 4-man rotation with a little bit deeper of a bullpen? I think there's a lot of strategy that goes into a 60-game season we've never seen before. Add on top of that, the National League gets the benefit of the designated hitter this season.
Yep. And one more rule change. You have the minimum 3-batter rule.
For the relief pitcher, yeah.
For pitchers, correct.
So the relief pitcher either has to pitch to 3 batters or get out of an inning.
Right.
So no matter what the rest of baseball does, no matter what everyone else in baseball does, I can tell you right now, Joe Madden will do it differently. And that'll be fun to watch.
Well, I think there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of head coaches now or managers that have studied under the tutelage of that guy. I think Gabe Kapler will be one. We've already seen him doing it differently. You're going to see Davey Robertson. He's going to do it a little bit differently too. And I mean, even Kevin Cash for the Rays has followed in some of those footsteps.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
You almost have to with the roster. Yeah. So unfortunately, on the East Coast, we're going to be asleep by the time Joe Madden gets to coach every night, just about.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Hey, listen, Pooh Bear, you just named probably one of my favorite parts about a 60-game season. We're not going to have any games on that other coast. Right? We don't have any games starting at 10 o'clock Eastern time.
That's right.
We don't got to play the Dodgers. I mean, that's like going out west has been
West Coast swings,
has killed us in past seasons. And we don't have to go out west. So Cliffy, there you go. That's an advantage for the Tampa Bay Rays.
There you go. Check one of the Rays advantage check. So no Seattle, no Oakland, no LA. Yeah.
And the reason for that is the format of the 60 games, 40 are going to be in your division, right? Which means we're going to play the Yankees and the Red Sox 10 times each. And
well,
then
there goes the check in the disadvantage column for the Rays.
Yes. Yes. But and then speaking of disadvantage too, so in the National League, because the other 20 games are in the National League East, we've got your World Series champions. We've also got the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Pooh Bear, we're gonna get the Braves.
Fella here mentions a team that we don't like to bring up.
Oh, dear God, the Yankees.
He's fired, by the way. He's fired. I'll take care of that on Monday.
I replied that everyone's entitled to be wrong.
Yes.
And so that National League East is actually a tough division. It includes the Mets too. They got some pretty deep pitching.
Hey, we'll be playing the Braves, right?
Yeah,
the Braves have a brand new stadium. I think they just renamed it Truist. It was SunTrust.
Yep.
I went to the stadium last year. It's really cool. So maybe we take a main event road trip.
Ooh.
If they're going to play in the actual stadium, though, right?
If they're going to allow fans,
they may not allow fans too. That's
right.
All right. Road trip on hold. Pause the road trip.
Yeah. Did you see the? I think it was a soccer match over in Europe somewhere where they had cardboard cutouts of fans and they were cutting out celebrities.
Yes, that was awesome. I said, good night. But you can pay to have a cardboard cutout of you made so that you can find yourself on TV.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's another thing the main event needs to do.
I've got to get one of those.
No format. We need to be wait. It needs to be the four of us shirtless with like rays. Like,
no, we need to have our main event shirts on, and then we can just let it go.
So, oh man,
that is awesome. Okay.
So
here we go. Vuvuzela.
There you go.
There goes this Vuvuzela.
Dan says we're excited. Got his son excited about baseball.
I'm just Cliff. You can play the Vuvuzela. I'm just glad we finally retired that freaking bell.
Oh, I got it. It's just out of reach. So.
I forgot to mention part of that National League East too is we get the Citrus Series.
Yeah, oh yeah, which is
because that's always been so exciting.
Those are W's,
but they are W's. Yes,
they are W's. So personally, I'm excited about seeing Wander Franco up with a big club. I think he's a future face of this franchise, and I think it's going to be really exciting to see him come along in such I don't want to say relaxed atmosphere, but a different kind of atmosphere to where it's not do or die. Like they're not going to be worried about his contract extensions and how many options do we have left on him. He's going to be here. He's going to be able to play whenever he can get in. I don't want to see him squeeze out anybody like, Willie Adames or anybody like that. But let's see what he's got, and let's see if this hype that we've been hearing for the past couple of years is true. So really excited about Franco. And I think they're bringing up another one. I'm looking at my other computer here. I lost my link.
So while we're waiting on Pooh Bear to pull that up, let's go back to the rotation. Advantage or disadvantage to have a 5-man rotation?
For a team like the Rays, I think it's a huge advantage.
It's a huge advantage for the Rays. I think, for a team like the Yankees, it'll be fine. It'll just be business as usual for them, in all honesty.
Right.
Yeah, but I think carrying a 4-man rotation, especially in some of those National League games, I think gives you a little bit of advantage because you're a little bit deeper in the bullpen. I know it's only one guy, but you do have some other options.
Lucius Fox was the other name I was trying to come up with, but
anyway. Never heard of that guy.
Really?
Never heard of Lucius Fox. But I love him just because of his name.
I think it was the name of Morgan Freeman's character in one of the Batman movies, but
oh my goodness.
Just pulled that right out there. Anyway, I think it's definitely gonna be interesting no matter what side it benefits, but whether it's the hitters, the pitchers, but the pitching matchups and the importance of having healthy pitchers, come in and be effective and meet those rules of the three batter minimums, the short days of rest. It's going to be so interesting. It's so exciting. And I think it's going to help a team like the Rays, who have a bunch of young arms who have been building on pitching forever. And that's exactly what they're good at. And it's going to be great to see.
Do you think that the start and stop of spring training, the short season, specifically for position players, maybe not so much pitchers, you think we're going to see a lot more injuries?
I think we're going to see a lot more
Potential.
errors, especially early on.
Mm-hmm.
So you think the
guy-
quality? You think the quality of play will suffer?
Just a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's the timing on double plays is not going to be perfect. You're going to have guys that are going to try to make plays that they would have been able to make at the beginning of a regular season, but with what are they doing, a 3-week spring training now?
Right.
You know, that will be off. The footwork won't be quite right. The throws won't be on target. And we're going to see some pass balls, you know, going past first base. They're going to see some air mails, you know, and we're going to see who takes advantage of it. So it's fun baseball to watch because it makes me
absolutely.
feel like I could have played with them when they do that.
Well, and the pitchers normally in the spring, in February and March, the pitchers are always ahead of the hitters. Their timing is better. You know, the hitters don't have the timing down, and their swings aren't there just yet. Their power sometimes is usually there, but you know, if they can connect, that's the timing. So it'll be fun to see the pitchers come out and dominate, you know, in the short term. But then what's going to happen after that, you know? And it's also going to be exciting. There was a lot of Japanese players that came in this year. The Rays have one with Sugama. I think the Yankees got one. So it's, or maybe it's the Red Sox. So it's going to be very interesting to see. You know, they were supposed to be here 6 months ago, and now, you know, so they may not have played for almost a year at this point.
Yeah.
You know,
Batting averages higher or lower on a 60-game season than the norms?
I'll take the over.
I'm going to say under.
I'll take the
They're
over.
going to be lower.
I think baseball is one of those things that you got to get a lot of at bats
Yes.
to hit well.
Mhm.
So let's give roughly 4 at bats a game, 240 at bats in the season, in the 60-game season. I don't know. You're going to be at a third of the way through before some of these guys start seeing the ball well.
But you're also going to eliminate that long slump that a lot of these guys go through throughout a month. You know, pick a month. Through June, somebody will go into, you know, Mike Trout will go into a slump and just not hit very well, but you can't take him out of the lineup. So therefore his average comes down.
Yeah.
Without that time of slump period, he's not going to be in the lineup if he's in a slump. He's out, buddy.
Well, the same thing goes for a pitcher, though. I mean, you got a pitcher who he knows he's only pitching 12 games. You know, he's coming out, and every game counts for him.
You're right.
So,
They're throwing,
they're giving it all they got. You know, it's not like I'm just up here on the mound tonight. You know, it's like this is my night, and it's more important than it has been for them. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Dan's got a question about the Astros having targets on their back.
I think you're going to see some early season beanballs.
Without a doubt.
the Rays owe them more than anybody does.
I was going to,
Yes,
they're not even
so-
going to get a shot. They're not even going to get a shot. But yes, that makes me a little angry, actually.
Yeah.
That we're not going to get a shot at those guys, because legit, we took them 5 games in the most recent playoffs. They won all of their home games. We won all of ours.
Mhm.
And it was a tale of 2 different games. We were a different ball club in Houston.
Yep.
And that has got to have something to do with the cheating. And, you know, I mean, is it us in the World Series? Because I felt like if we could have got past Houston, there wasn't a team that we had a bad matchup against in the playoffs.
There's no reason it can't be us. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we have, you know, all the pieces to the puzzle. We got some young guys, but I mean, our pitching, our 4 pitchers are as good as any 4 out there. And our bullpen, I mean, Kevin Cash, I got to, you know, take my hat off to him. You know, he puts together some pitching matchups that, you know, I shake my head at. I'm like, I don't, please don't put that guy on the mound. And all of a sudden it works. You know, again,
one
that's why
name
he's there.
One name comes to mind, Chaz Rowe.
Oh my gosh, don't get me.
Dude,
that guy would
every time.
Every time I'd be like, oh my gosh.
Every
no.
time.
Yeah.
So, but you know, back to Dan's question, I definitely think that there's going to be some bad blood, especially for that division, and it's going to be again fun to watch when you have a pitcher who may need to be in there, you know, for whatever reason, and yet you've got to pay retribution to these bastards of baseball. For
does baseball allow it to happen?
I was about to go there, Chief.
Yeah.
The question is will the umpires protect
Korea and
I think for a little bit,
Altuve.
I think for a little bit, I feel like even the umpires in the spirit of the game are going to have to let some guys get plunked.
I think you're right.
But I think there will come a time where Major League Baseball will be like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Right. They're not going to let it go all 60 games. They're not going to let it go 60 games.
Oh, somebody's taking one in the back on the first pitch.
I mean,
On the very first pitch, you think so?
I feel bad for whoever digs in first.
we don't have schedules yet, do we?
No, I haven't seen one. No.
Because that would be fun if we could figure out who's going to be on the schedule first.
Man, could you?
Let me just check with my sources at Major League Baseball.
Also known as Google. Also known as Google.
Google, yes.
Their schedules are not out. I looked earlier as preparing for this show.
Yeah. So not
that
yet.
would be something to see who they open up with.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting storyline we're not going to get to see play out like we would have on a 162 game season.
No, because every team wants their crack. I mean, again, especially the Rays.
Yeah. It's too bad Johnny Gomes can't suit up for the Rays.
Oh my gosh.
I would bring him back.
For
Just for that game.
Guys.
All they have to do is go down there to Dale Mabry and get Gronk.
Can you imagine? I mean, it would go something like this: play ball, and Johnny Gomes is charging
just
the mound,
coming out of the dugout.
I mean, the
Looking for
smoke
somebody
hasn't
to
even
pound.
cleared from the national anthem.
That would be great. Man, that
Just
would be
looking for someone to pound.
that would be so great. So, Pooh Bear, one of the traditions that we've had that we didn't get to enjoy this year because of COVID is we always go catch a couple of games down in Port Charlotte for spring training.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite questions always to pose to you, because you put so much thought into this, is who is in the starting lineup game one?
For the Rays?
Yep.
I could probably predict that. It would be very familiar, I would think. You probably start with you want me to run down the batting order or go to the field? Because I'm thinking of the catcher.
Just go through the field.
So obviously, I think you'd have to go Snell. Well, I think Snell opens up, and then behind the plate, you're probably gonna have Michael Perez. I would guess Zunino would be the other logical choice, but I would go with Perez.
You think Perez will be the opening day catcher?
Yeah.
By the
I think
way,
so.
the Chief is pissed off that you just said Snell was going to be the opening day starter.
I know he is.
he's not loving it.
Hey, Snell is a left-handed pitcher, right? So
Yes.
I think it's 50-50 between him and Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton may get the depending on how what they project the other lineup to be.
Well, I don't like how you just dismiss Glasnow like that. I mean, come on.
I would say Charlie Morton over Glasnow. I mean,
Yes,
nothing offends him.
I don't think there's very little argument to be made against any of them. I mean, it's all for, why not this guy? There's very few arguments about, well, this is why he shouldn't go.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of us would be disappointed with either of those. But I would say Snell, pitching to Perez, G-Man Choi on first, probably Daniel Robertson playing second, Willie Damas at short.
Mm-hmm.
You may see the new
Lau.
Right. Lau will probably be at second, which might put Robinson at third. Or you could shift Willie Damas there and put Wander Franco at short and see what he's got. And then your outfield is going to be pretty obvious. You got Austin Meadows out and right, Kevin Kiermaier in center, and then Tuchiguchi Horigama.
The new guy. Jay Zalay's favorite player.
Yes. Probably being left since Tommy Pham is gone. Sad face.
Oh, I was going to say that is sad. So, what's your rotation look like after Snell?
I'd like the way I had it set up last year was Snell, Morton, then I don't think it was Glasnow. I think it was McKay.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be Glasnow, McKay would be my four, and then you have to put in there. If you're going to go Yarbrough, use the if you're going to use the opener, not Yarbrough. I say Yarbrough, right? Yeah, right. Ryan
Yarbrough.
No, he's not here though. It's Ryan. Hey, look at the roster again.
Not Ryan Yarbrough's here.
Is he?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's where I go with that.
So switching gears, covering some changes, some rule changes. We already talked about the DH in both leagues. How about extra inning games? That ought to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too.
So extra inning games, you start the inning with a runner on second.
I failed to mention they got Hunter Renfroe. That'll probably be one of your outfield starters. I'd forgotten about him.
Yep.
So, last time Morton.
Yeah, so we got a runner on second, and who is that? How does that work? Do you get to designate your runner, or is it the next batter up?
The last batted out.
I think it was the last batted out is who will be.
And he goes on second.
He goes on second. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it's he offers an opportunity to score right there for the visiting team. And of course, the home will come back in at the bottom and see if they can answer if need be.
I like it.
I love it. It was one of my favorite rules for playing when we played in softball. Competitively. That was one of my favorite rules. Unless it was me, then I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I think we got to pick who it was going to be.
I was never picked. I don't know why, but I was never picked.
I'm absolutely certain I was never picked to run for anything.
Pooh Bear was the guy that when he got a base hit and was standing on first, we called in for a runner.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Because back then I
think you could have a designated runner from the batter's box.
You could have a designated runner. Was your last batted out? Yeah, it was your last batted out.
Wow.
So that was always a strategy. So how do you think? I don't know how to go a show without bringing it up. But how do you think COVID affects the Major League Baseball season?
Definitely no fans. Not for sure. Not in July, and I don't think there will be fans the entire season. I think it's going to be all TV for starters. Secondly, there's an opportunity to wipe out an entire. Teams won't be able to play. Teams won't be able to field a team.
Mm-hmm.
If it breaks out in their locker room, and that could be we could see teams forfeit. Just because of that. I mean, and it may not be that everybody's sick. It's just the fact that they've had maybe an exposure, and they can't take the risk of exposing them to the rest of the league. Or if they are able to field a team, we may see players that we've never heard of. I know minor leagues aren't playing, but they got to have guys they can call in from somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So each team, that was what they had to do by today, was they had to designate 60 players.
Right.
These are the 60 players that you can, field a team with.
Do that with, right?
There's also a special disabled list for COVID players, for players that test positive for COVID, and there's no minimum or maximum that they have to stay on. But if a player tests positive for COVID, they have to test negative twice,
right,
before they can be reinstated to play.
Yeah, that negative test twice, that's a big deal. We've had a couple of guys at work that they were sick for several days and then felt better, got a negative test. They go back the next day for a second negative test and it's positive. And it took a couple of guys a month after they started feeling better to clear 2 negatives.
Wow.
Actually, I know a guy that took almost 2 months before he could clear.
Huh.
Wow.
So, and I don't know if it's the testing or if it was actually, the fact that the COVID was still hanging around.
Well, they did. There is a story today about tests that were being returned incorrectly. Like they weren't the accurate result.
Right.
They didn't say if it was favorable or positive or negative. It was like something like 80,000 tests. I mean, it was a large number that were returned that were not correct. So,
well, for sure, early on in the testing, it wasn't very good. The testing had a lot of problems with it. Since then, they developed new tests, and I think the new tests are much more accurate.
The quicker nasal swab, where it was before, it was the actual blood test, I believe. Right?
I think they've been doing the nasal swab for, I think, since the beginning, but it was just the fact that we were using the test that came. China supplied us with a test, and it was So,
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So the players, I believe they have to report for spring training 2.0 on Wednesday.
It's this week, yeah.
of which all of them will be tested for COVID.
Some of them are going to pop.
A lot of them are going to pop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are here in Florida right now because the spring training facilities in Florida have been open.
Mhm.
And in a lot of places they haven't been. So a lot of them are here in Florida right now where we're seeing a massive spike, right, in cases. And also don't forget, some of them are going to be traveling in internationally from
they already have, yeah.
from the Caribbean. So like I'm going to venture to guess some of those third world countries probably not as good of protocols. I think you're going to see some serious popping.
Did you see the European Union put the United States on their not safe to travel list? I mean, it's,
Whatever.
yeah.
Do what you got to do, but
Yeah.
I'm still in the camp of this. We've all got to get this before it goes away.
Yeah, I don't know. So here's the other thing. One of the other things that's COVID preventative: no celebratory contact during the game.
Yeah.
No
And
high fives.
no
No
spitting.
hugs. No.
No
Hey,
spitting.
nice home run.
There's no spitting.
Air
in
five.
baseball.
Give me an air five.
So at the end of the game, can they fill up a jug full of hand sanitizer and dunk that over the person then?
The guy who
That's the
gets
new
a walk
thing.
off.
Let's just use bleach. How about that'd be awesome? Start
Oh
bleaching
my
people. You know?
gosh.
And
That could be
if
dangerous.
Maybe
you're,
not awesome.
and if you're a player or a member of the team, like personnel, that's not likely to participate in the game that day, you cannot sit in the dugout.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Social
most
distancing, essentially.
most likely would be so. Like your starting pitcher for the next day would not be in the dugout or the clubhouse.
okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense. No loitering. So, but yeah, they have some other ones with no tobacco use, which I'm okay with. I don't care.
Oh
but-
yeah, no spitting. That's gonna be a thing though. I
The-
mean, no
the
no
spitting-
seeds, no bubble
So
gum.
what is the problem with Kevin Kiermaier? 90 more than that. He's 100 and something feet away from anybody. If he's out in center field and wants to spit, so what? What does that do? It's
Well,
ridiculous.
if someone dives on it, there it is. That's I guess that's the idea.
That's a stretch. He'd have to dive on. He'd have to be positive. It'd have to be enough in it to be a viral load. That person would have to dive on that spot, and that spot would have to be able to get into his body somehow. That's just
Well, they all stand in the same
Little
spot
much.
generally.
generally yes. But if you're like you said, diving, now you're talking. It's no longer where he was standing to spit. It was where he was diving. Which, if that's the case, then if he's diving, his sweat droplets are going to be more of a problem than his spit.
I don't think
Because-
it travels through sweat.
No.
No.
Okay.
So
It's respiratory. It goes through, it gets airborne as you breathe it or sneeze it, and then routes of entry are any of your normal routes. Besides absorption, I don't think it can pass through the skin.
it's going to be an orifice.
Yeah. One of the other things to think about too is, not just the testing, but the players are allowed to opt out of the season
Mm-hmm.
and still get their tenure in the league and pay.
So, do you think Blake Snell plays?
After all the talking he did,
Well, there goes your starting pitcher.
There goes
Now,
your-
my guy's starting to look a whole lot better, man. Charlie.
well,
Morton, here he goes.
your guy was a cheating Astro. He may get suspended before the season starts.
Oh.
Nobody thought about that.
Why would
Oh.
you?
Why would you go there?
I'm
So
just saying.
So then the Jazz is up.
There you go. The Jazz.
So here's the thing. I read this article today about possible players who could opt out.
Okay.
Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, and Garrett Cole all have pregnant wives.
Mm.
So they're saying that they could opt out because of that.
Right.
Like it's not out of the realm of possibility. So could you imagine a season without Bryce Harper and Mike Trout?
I
mean,
could
it's only-
imagine it, but
It's only 60 games.
I think they're going to play.
Well,
These guys are
and-
players. They've only got a
and-
limited amount of time to do this in their entire careers.
right.
And you know what? And as a player, you can be a part of something that'll hopefully never happen again.
Right. And Mike Trout was one of the vocal ones, especially after what Blake Snell said about, no, I'm playing. Give me a day, I'm going.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
he may have the circumstances in order to maybe be a potential person that would do that, but I think he's ready to roll. Not to mention, this is going to be, we've been talking about the pitching matchups and the importance of pitching. You get into a rivalry, a situation where there's going to be a lot of inferior talent at the pitching level and pitching
Yes.
against you.
Yes.
Teed up, buddy.
Yeah.
My numbers are getting padded. Let's go.
Well, that Poober just made the argument for higher batting averages than we normally would see.
Well, that's what I said. I was on there for higher.
Yeah, he went higher. I went lower.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I'm lower. Here's dang it, you made me lost my train of thought. But
With Trout, pregnant wives.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Anyways,
Short season.
can't remember.
Teeing off on batters.
I mean, here's the. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So two things actually. I tell you what. So they're scheduled to start like the end of July games.
July 23rd
29,
or 23rd.
Yeah. This could be some of the most expensive advertising TV has ever sold.
Well, yeah, a lot of advertisers are going to save money in July with Facebook anyway, so they're going to have extra money to spend.
With Facebook?
That's their, like Coca-Cola and AT&T, Verizon, they've all pulled their advertising off of social media and Facebook for the month of July.
Okay.
Why?
Because, well, according to them, because Facebook's policy about flagging hate speech. They feel that people speaking out against some of these movements or speaking for or against some of these movements is classified as hate speech and therefore should be flagged by the platform that they're being on. So therefore, they're not going to advertise with said platform.
Well, listen, I said this a couple of weeks ago here on this show. I think you're seeing the beginning of the end of social media.
Could be.
Oh, you got to be.
I think you're seeing the beginning of the end of social media because
I think you could see a major shift in it.
People, we're getting to a point where you're going to trust less what you see on social media than you do on network news, which, by the way, that's not news either, right?
Not very trusty.
And social media has turned into advertisements for businesses and political stuff. Regardless of whether an election year or not, that's what it's boiled down to. And I think that the consumer is going to get tired of it being full of that when it was intended for you to keep in touch with your friends and family. And so I think I don't know. That's my feeling. I think you're seeing the beginning of the end of social media right now, unless they make some major changes to it.
I think it could definitely be the beginning of the end of the way it's done currently. And that's kind of what you just said about the changes. But I definitely see what you're saying with that point.
Look, my kids are adamant that Facebook is for old people.
Right. And
they are not interested in Facebook at all.
Yeah, you're right. They're not using Facebook. They're using other forms. They're using TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram more than they are Facebook or Twitter. So you're right. It is a gathering place for our generation, and it's true. When I look at my feed, that's who you see. It's the same group of people that keep it going, which is what it needs. Facebook needs to keep it going is to have that core group that post every day about what it is you're eating, rant about whatever it is you want to rant about, lady. The common, Karen going off on people. Go ahead, Karen, post your post to Facebook about who pissed you off today. So I get that, but I do think it's a growing medium, just maybe not in the same ways. I think YouTube is going to be definitely the way of not necessarily social media, but entertainment media. I think that is definitely the growing platform for entertainment.
Oh, let's hope so. I'm in.
Let's hope so. Hey, that's why we're here.
Yeah. By the way, I started today setting up an Instagram page, so we'll be cool soon.
All
for,
right.
for your kids there, Chief.
Instagram is owned by Facebook, and it's the next
I-
one to fall.
I've gotta figure-
Just so you know.
I gotta figure out how to use it. So once I figure out how to use it, we'll have an Instagram page for the main event. But we'll get there. I think they see the Super Bowl is the most expensive media day for television that there is. I think you're going to see some big dollars spent here on some of these professional sports, because right now, look at TV. It's the summer, right? So none of the regular programming is going. It's all reruns. But there's those television audiences. I don't know. I haven't looked, but that's got to be down pretty significantly. Right now, the streaming services have got to be winning the day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I would agree with that. I haven't. I mean, I don't have network TV anymore anyway, so I don't know what is on aside from some local news programs in the morning. While I'm drinking my coffee or something. That's about all I see. So I don't know what is popular. Matter of fact, there was we did tune in for something. I can't remember what it was. Or no, I saw an advertisement for something, and I was like, "This is what's on TV right now. This is horrible." And it was some kind of love pregnant. It's like a Bachelor style show, but you were trying to find a husband through the act of getting pregnant.
Huh?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what's on TV.
That's
is ridiculous.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Listen, Ryan Seacrest, if you're watching, I'm ready whenever you are.
You gonna sit in with Kelly?
Dude, I'm just saying I would be great on morning TV.
Do you want me to call my connection with Kelly? See if we can get you in there.
Sure. The ratings would go up. Ratings would go up. Listen, like I said in the Man Event boot camp video, bringing sexy back, baby. Bringing sexy back. Hey, so real quick, I guess we've been talking about baseball for a long time, but before we kind of change subjects and to maybe put the doomsday to this, does this thing even finish? I think there's a strong chance it's going to start, but does it get finished?
I'll just say yeah, because I'm hopeful. I want it to, but I could definitely see a scenario where it doesn't. Of course, that means you know what that means. If that's the scenario that plays out, that means we also probably lost football, right?
No football,
which is that's gonna crush me.
Listen, no reason why we can't play games at Berkeley Prep. You know what I'm saying? Tom's already there.
Already are.
Tom and Gronk are already there. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans is already there.
Chris Godwin. It's amazing.
Just send your boys. Our boys will be at Tampa Prep. You send yours. Ours will be at Tampa Prep.
Shirts and skins, baby.
Shirts and skins.
Let's go.
You guys want to talk about summertime?
Yes.
Hey, let me start with it. Okay, I was thinking about summer, and I'm planning on a vacation myself in a couple of weeks, and I started just Googling stuff. I got a couple of jokes for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna go. Let me see if I can't make you. These are just those one-liners, like bad dad jokes for you. So, all right, here. This is the first one I want to start with. I'm going to send this one to Brian. B-Love. Why was it so hot in the stadium after the baseball game?
Not a clue.
All the fans left.
I don't.
So it was a Marlins.
They weren't there to begin with.
Yeah, it wasn't there. They weren't there to start with, but
it was a Marlins game.
Wow. The fans never showed up. Oh, I got it. Okay, Pooh Bear, where do Sharks go on summer vacation?
I don't know. Where do Sharks go on summer vacation?
Finland. I meant to get a sound effect downloaded for this.
That was bad, man. That was a bad one. Do you have any good ones?
Yeah, this one. This is a good one. This is for you, B-Love. You're gonna like this one. What did the pig say at the beach on a hot summer day?
Pig say on the beach on a hot summer day.
Think about it. You're gonna know this one if you think about it.
Pig in a blanket.
No.
Bacon.
I'm bacon.
I'm bacon.
All right,
I love bacon. I love bacon.
Right,
I know you do. Two more. All right, Pooh. Why did the elephant buy a suit Why didn't the elephant buy a suitcase for a summer vacation?
Well, he's got a trunk.
He's already got a trunk.
He already has a trunk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be something harder than that.
Yeah, that was bad.
All right, here we go. This one's for the first one that can come up with it. What do you call a dog on the beach in the summer?
A hot dog.
Hot dog. You know it.
I win. A hot dog.
Oh,
Wow.
those are my bad dad jokes for the day right there, man.
Oof.
So speaking of summer, I'm that guy that keeps up bringing up COVID. Miami Beach closed for the 4th of July.
Yeah. Well, they don't stay away. Have you seen the crowds? I'm like, for
Yeah.
crying out loud, people get away from each other.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I was at the beach for what was the holiday we had recently?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've lived in Florida my entire life. Never have I seen the beach as busy as it was that weekend.
Yeah.
Listen, there's nothing else to do. Remember back in early March or late March when this was all happening, we went camping. That day we were coming back in the boat. Can
Yes.
you remember how busy that was?
Yes, the
Yeah.
boat ramp was slammed.
If
Like
you
a
remember,
flotilla.
there was no sports on. That means everybody's little league game is canceled. Juniors little league game, all the garage sales had stopped. Movie theaters were closed. Disney World was closed. People had nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. They're going to find something available, and the beach
you
is
just
a great
say-
option.
Did you just say that people said, "Oh, I can't go yard sailing today, so I'll go put my boat in the water"?
It's a thing.
Is that what
We
It's a
did.
thing
Hey,
people do on
Hey,
Saturday
Lovey,
morning.
we're no yard sale today, Lovey. Go get the yacht ready. We're off.
But you have to think there's a number of people that would have done that instead of going boating.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
true.
Mm.
So, but anyway, so what is a good thing to do when it's hot out? Let's cook a steak.
Mm.
Oh yes.
The hotter the fire, the better.
Well,
That depends on I don't know about that. I think some of the cooler fires may have prevailed.
Oh man.
So what I was alluding to was we didn't finish. We're halfway finished with wrapping up or filming our latest short, and it does involve steak cooking.
Yes.
We had a competition where we all cooked a steak on a grill, except for Matt. Matt kind of cheated on that. I need to get that in the video somehow.
technically
It's
it
a
was
legit
still a
grill.
grill. Technically
Yeah.
it was still a grill.
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
the challenge
hey,
was to use a
if somebody
grill that
didn't
you
have
don't
a-
normally use.
I would
It's-
argue that Matty Ho's grill was more legit than the Chiefs.
That's what I was just gonna say. I mean, if you want to
Oh,
get
no,
somebody
no.
for not having a grill, I didn't have. I was campfire at the end.
No, it wasn't about who had a grill, who didn't. I'm just saying that the grills the three of us chose were grills that we wouldn't normally cook on.
Correct.
And that
no.
was that
Correct.
was
He
the
definitely
challenge.
had an advantage. He had a home field advantage. Yes.
Matt cooks on that thing 3 times a week.
Yeah.
He didn't bring a backup grill, if you will, or a mobile grill. He just mobilized his grill.
Yeah. His
So,
house. So.
Man, that was a lot of fun though. That was a lot of fun. It was about
Except for the
1,000
storm.
degrees outside when we got that thing started. I can you guys remember a summer this hot already? By the way,
not
No,
in June.
It
Not in
is
June.
hot.
I mean, yesterday it cranked 99.
It's
Right,
the African sand. Oh no, I got better than that. Did I show you guys my pool temp?
In
What
the
you got?
water.
No, it was both. This was on, I think it was Thursday. Can you
You
read
gotta hold it
that?
still.
Oh, sorry.
105.
105 is the
80
air
something.
temperature, and 88 was the water temperature.
Wow.
Oh, that's just refreshing there, huh?
No,
Bad.
not at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
I mean, the hot tub normally only gets to about 95 for the
Yeah,
kids
wow.
and stuff.
Man, I cranked mine. I keep it at about
Man.
102.
Well, that's for me, but the kids. They,
I like to make some bee love soup.
oh,
Bee love soup.
I don't want to know what goes in. Beef.
I know that's. Well, I got my goiter a little bit. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So we'll be dropping that hopefully on the 4th of July. We need to finish up, do some
Hopefully.
reshoots. Well, we were interfered with Mother Nature. We had a huge thunderstorm come through. Which, by the way, at Matt's house, it was absolutely pouring, right?
Yep.
I get home, I'm like, hey, did it rain here? Nope.
Nope, not a drop. Yeah, me too.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Me
It
too.
did pour at my house.
This place.
Yeah, you're a little closer to where Matty Ho lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. And man, I had some flashbacks of that Rays game we went to where our tent toppled over.
Oh,
Dude, the worst part is I'm sitting there and I can see it starting to take off. No way I can get it. It just
Well,
flips over top of me. I said,
the other thing is there was a chair tied to it. And it took the chair.
I've got great video of it. So
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
it'll be in there. It'll make it in there.
I hope it's not in the blooper reel. I hope it makes the actual video.
Well, I mean, it's not really part of the storyline.
It
but,
just got to. Sometimes you got to go with your best stuff. Though. I mean, you
I
don't leave
know.
your best horse in the barn on race day. You got to bring it out. So
Oh man.
it just
Man,
didn't fit.
That was a lot of fun.
yeah, this would be a fun video to watch.
That was a lot. By the way, we would like, so obviously we like competitions. We did the cake baking thing. We've done now steak day.
Boot camp day.
We did boot camp day. Like we got to, as we continue to come up with some shorts, by the way, our fans, we would love to hear from those who watch. Like if you've got an idea for a short, we would love to do it.
Yeah, what do you want to see us four idiots do?
Something not hard though. Like we don't want to change the light bulbs out on like one of those TV towers.
No.
We're not doing that.
Well, the plan, the one we have planned for July is going to be, I think. Well, I mean, obviously they're all going to be our best. The next one's going to be the best one, but this one I've got high hopes for this next one.
Well, don't give any of it away. Let's just. Stick
I'm not.
Let's stick
No, I
with
just
this for now,
that's
but
it.
you're right though. This one has the opportunity to really be pretty good. So
Yeah, and dropping on the 4th of July, which is also Pooh Bear's birthday.
Woohoo!
Ta-da. Happy
The
birthday.
best
Fireworks
day,
show for your birthday every year.
except this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I bet there'll still be some fireworks.
There will be. Oh, listen, the neighbors over here, they've already started practicing this weekend.
All right.
Oh, last night the windows rattled from a mortar shot that I thought was actual gunfire. And,
Maybe
you
it
know,
was.
Well, with the everything that's been going on lately, matter of fact, there was a sort of a protest in Tampa last night where a protester was run over by a car. He wouldn't get out of the way and started to assault the guy's car, and guy driving the car said, "I'm gonna assault you," and took off. But the protester was arrested. So the people from the movement went and started protesting the jailing or the arrest of the protester. But anyway, but I heard the gunshot. I was like, and I was here by myself, so
You locked and loaded, huh?
Started carrying around.
You locked and loaded.
when got what I needed to get. Let's go.
All right. Hey, so
COVID.
I have something that is going to hurt us, guys. Hate to tell you this. It's the top 10 unhealthiest fast foods that you can eat.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead. This is a spoiler alert because there is no chicken biscuit anywhere on the list. Not anywhere. It was actually 101. I didn't want to write down 101. I just wrote down top 10, and then I thought there were a couple that I thought were pretty interesting. But
So-
chicken biscuit is apparently healthy because it
So
didn't.
what
make
you're saying is,
Healthy-ish.
I can eat the chicken biscuit.
yes, you can eat the chicken biscuit.
All right. I'm going to need you to print down that list and hand deliver it to Ashley at our next boot camp. And I want you to ask her what is missing.
So listen, what do you? Yeah, what's the absolutely?
Well, before you start the list, is this
Yeah.
specific foods, specific restaurants?
Yeah, it is specific foods at specific restaurants. So for
Okay,
example,
so
like a Big Mac didn't make the list, by the way, did not make anywhere in the top 101.
Right.
But it would be McDonald's Big Mac.
List?
So
Who compiled this list?
eat this, not that.
eat this,
They're the
not
ones
that.
eat this, not that. So you can probably look it up, but go ahead. Just give me a guess, guys. What do you think is on the top 10 list of fast food?
All right. So the other question I
McDonald's
have, hang
Double
on,
cheeseburger.
before I go into the other question I have, is it specialties like, with Wendy's, they have the Baconator, which is not a normal menu item, I don't believe.
So I don't know the answer to that. I can tell you the Baconator
Okay.
didn't make the list. And you said the McDonald's double cheeseburger. B-Love said that. McDonald's did make the list. The double quarter pounder made it in at number
Yes.
9.
Double
Maybe
quarter
this-
pounder.
At
That's
number
half
9.
pound.
by the
You've
way.
never had a double quarter pounder?
No.
All right,
that's
time out.
fantastic.
Time out. Listen,
Stop the show right now. Stop the show. Let's go get some.
listen. I'm
Can
gonna
we
tell
do
you right
Uber
now. I'm gonna blow your mind right now. Actually, your mind might not be blown. So back in the day, I'm gonna take you back 20
Way
years.
back in the time.
20 years. Back when I worked retail, there were more than one day that I ate McDonald's for all 3 meals in the
Right.
day.
Yeah.
I had it for breakfast, I had it for lunch, and I had it for dinner. And this is back when they had supersize still.
Yes.
For lunch, I would get the double quarter pounder with cheese. I would get a large supersized fry, and I would go supersized Coke.
Did you say 20 years ago or 20 pounds ago?
20 years. Oh, that was like 100 pounds ago.
Yeah.
20 years ago. Double quarter pounder with cheese, supersized fry, supersized Coke.
Double
Yeah.
quarter. I've never had a double quarter pounder.
I'm not
And
gonna
I
focus
finished
on that.
it. I finished it.
I bet you did. All right, so we got McDonald's double quarter pounder. Give me another one. Give something else, guys. What else?
Unhealthy.
What do you not want to see on there that you're afraid is actually on there?
Got to be something from Taco Bell on there.
Yes, Taco Bell, number 5.
The potato
Nachos.
burrito.
Nachos Bel Grande.
Nachos
Ooh.
Bel Grande.
Nachos Bel Grande. Look, here's the deal on this one, okay? Because
That's
I
a
got
big
the, I got the information, like these caloric values and stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure how this came in so bad. I mean, it's 740 calories, but I understand it's not awesome. 38 grams of fat, which is actually on the low side of most of these items. Sodium is about a third of what some of these are at 1,050, and carbs, 82 carbs. But it is they have it calculated as the fifth worst food that you could eat at a fast food restaurant.
Probably because the value for the money.
No, it could be. Maybe it's is that a side? Nachos Bel Grande is a
All right,
side.
I gotta ask you a question.
It's
So
a
you
full
said
plate of nachos.
this was eat this, not that.
Eat
What
this,
did
not-
what did it say to eat instead of that?
They didn't actually give us. They just said don't eat that. So
Just don't eat that.
just
So
don't eat
by the
that.
way, I also have to announce this. I was with the chief on his virgin Taco Bell run.
Oh man,
That's
Which-
bizarre.
story.
He was like 45, by the way.
I think it was earlier than that. But
Dude's-
not that long ago.
Dude's
It
got
was not long
adult
ago.
children, and he's never been to Taco Bell.
Yeah, I've been since then though. But yeah, it's true.
What did
Love
you have
Taco
that? What
Bell.
did you have that night at Taco
I have
Bell?
no idea. Probably some soft taco thing. I have no idea, man. It was in a wrap. That's all I can tell you.
It
But I
was
do
in a
like
wrap.
I do like Taco Bell now, but I just don't go that often. Pooh Bear, come on, give me one. What would you hate to see on here that is
Man.
probably on?
What would hurt me is probably something pizza related, like Little Caesars,
So Little Caesars
like
is
their lunchtime special.
okay. So Domino's came in at rounds out number 10. Oh, listen to this, guys. This is actually I'm really worried about this one because this is their Cali chicken bacon ranch pizza. Okay, on a one slice of a 16-inch pizza, 530 calories, 28 grams of fat, 110 grams of sodium. Okay, so it's bad, but their pizza is nowhere near the size of a Babe's piece of pizza.
No, it is
No.
not.
It doesn't have
No,
near the
it is
it doesn't
not.
have near- I mean, there has to be 1,500 calories in a slice of a large double-decker one slice.
Oh man, extra
Yeah, I do the
cheese
math.
too. Extra cheese too on the double decker.
That's what I'm saying, man. Do the math on that. That one hurts.
Don't play.
That hurts. That hurts. Hey,
Woo. But
want
you
the
said it
surprise?
had some sort of ranch and chicken on it.
It did, yeah. This is the Domino's.
Listen,
Cali
if I ever
ranch.
order one of those,
Right.
punch me in the throat.
Oh yeah. Same with what do you call that other stuff they put on there?
pineapple. That doesn't belong on pizza.
No, it does not belong on pizza.
No.
If I ever order one of those, punch me in the throat.
All right, I'm on it.
Same here. You have my full permission, unless it's the only thing to eat, and we've exhausted, if we've exhausted all other avenues, and that happens to be the only thing available for ordering, don't punch me at that point.
Okay. Oh, hey, here's two surprises that were on there, and they're pretty high on the list. By the way, number 4. Are you ready for this? This also has ranch. Ranch may be bad for you. I don't know. Subway chicken bacon ranch melt is number 4.
Whoa.
Chicken.
You're telling me
Chicken
eat
and
fresh?
bacon?
You're telling me eat fresh is number 4.
Number 4, Subway chicken bacon ranch melt.
Man,
By the way,
Garrett is a liar.
Yeah.
Next, you're going to tell me their spokesman's a pedophile.
Wow.
I mean, don't go breaking my heart.
Well, if you're a fan of Chipotle, I'm going to break your heart right now. Number 3, Chipotle carnitas burrito with white rice, corn, queso, and guac. I don't like guac. Anyway,
Why would you put
1,500
rice
calories.
on a burrito?
Why would you put guac on a burrito? I know I'm in the minority with most people on that. I just don't like it. So
No, I don't have any problems with Chipotle. I like Chipotle. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to get the 3 tacos, soft taco shells. I'm going to go 1 chicken, 1 steak, and 1 pork
the one meal?
every time. Yeah, just 3 tacos.
Oh, 3 tacos. Okay, I'm thinking the freaking burrito. That's
No.
size of a half
Did-
football.
Did a shake and steak shake make the list?
No, no. Steak and Shake did not make the list. There were a couple shakes out there that did make the list, but they were from. I assume they were like regional places I hadn't heard of. I didn't write them down.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at the calorie intake on a steak and shake though?
It's
Oh,
your
they're
full day.
delicious.
It's like 1,200 calories.
It's a
for
full
one
day.
thing.
A large strawberry milkshake from Steak and Shake, I believe, is close to 2,000 calories.
Why would you get strawberry?
Because
Yeah, and then when chocolate's available, I don't know.
Why would you get strawberry?
I
Things I learn about you guys.
Strawberry shortcakes or strawberry shakes are amazing.
Hey, look, I found this interesting. Number 2, which we don't have really White Castle around here, but White Castle hash round nibblers. Which I looked at them, and they look like the little
Sounds
things
good.
you get at Burger King. Those little hash brown things you get at Burger King.
The hash rounds, yeah.
Yeah. 1,440 calories. That's number 2 on the list, by the way.
I love hash browns in any form.
Yeah.
Give them to me in little hash brown, little circle things. Give me the McDonald's little hash brown patty. Give me, Waffle House. Give them to
Smothered,
me chopped and
covered, diced,
smothered.
Waffle House, they're like the stringy kind, though. at Waffle
Yes,
House.
those are my favorite.
I'm out on those.
Give me some of like the home fries.
Mm.
Man, I love hash browns.
So I guess I'm not disappointed with the list because I'm not, 2 things. 1, I'm not that big of a fast food eater, and 2, I know when I'm eating fast food that it's absolutely horrible for me. So I'm not like shocked if something's on there.
Let me tell you the number 1 because this one says challenge on it, by the way. This is the number 1 is the BK Triple Whopper with cheese.
Who did that? 3 burgers, 3 patties?
The
I think
triple
And 2 pieces of bread, I'm sure. Like 4 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
I think that the Whopper is already a quarter pound.
I don't know.
That's 3.
Now,
I mean, that's a
Chief,
pound of food.
Yeah,
I wonder, are you currently allowed to order this triple Whopper? Because I have it from a good source that right now your local Brandon Wendy's will not allow you to order a double hamburger.
You know what? I think you're right on that, but I think Wendy's orders all their meat fresh, where Burger King, they freeze it and everything else. I think Burger King probably has unlimited supply of triple Whoppers.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Hey,
right
what?
now, I would step up to the plate on that one.
I'm looking at their menu now. What happened with the meat shortage we were supposed to get? Remember that?
No, yeah, I did remember something about that. Yeah, the meat. Yeah, they were, the processing plants had all the COVID. It wasn't a shortage of meat; it was a shortage of processors.
Well, yeah, but there was going to incite a meat shortage, and it was a big fear. There was people stocking. As a matter of fact, Chrissy and I were looking for a deep freezer to keep in the garage, a replacement deep freezer for the garage,
right?
And we couldn't find one because they were all sold. There was 2 problems. You had the manufacturing plants in China were shut down that made them, and then B, people that were buying them up thinking there was a meat shortage,
right?
and we couldn't find one for a while. We've since quit looking, but
So the closest I could get to anything that resembled a chicken biscuit on the list. No Chick-fil-A, by the way, on the list at all.
That's because it's Jesus chicken.
Yeah, well, the Popeye spicy chicken sandwich came in at number 34. I've had it. It's delicious, by the way. If you guys haven't had it,
Is that the new? Is that the new one?
that's the new one. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, it's actually
I haven't had the new Popeyes yet.
The new.
I haven't had the new hotness.
and then the surprise of the list was the one at the end. Surprise number 101 is Quiznos. Sorry, Ultimate Turkey Club.
Yeah, you would think a turkey club sandwich would be.
Fairly
Not-
safe, but apparently not. It was number 101, but
No. So Burger King currently offers a double Whopper called the Big King, and then the Big King XL, which has, I'm guessing, bacon on it because it's 2,500 calories.
Yes.
that's a lot of calories.
So there you go. They do not currently have a triple Whopper that I could find.
It's not on the menu.
Wow. Wow.
He
So
does not try.
so in the top 10, there was a club sandwich,
Yep.
a couple of hamburgers, some pizza,
Yep.
some hash
Found
browns.
it.
You
Found
found
a
it.
triple Whopper with cheese.
What does it cost? What
Holy-
does a triple Whopper cheese cost you, by the way? Does it give you the price?
They're selling it as a meal for $10.38.
You could go to Five Guys and get a better burger than that.
Five Guys
Yeah.
was on the list. They didn't make the top 10. But they
Oh,
were on
I'm
there several places.
100% Five Guys is on there. Yeah.
Oh, delicious. Yeah, KFC made it in a couple spots as well.
Just the sandwich is $7.09.
Okay.
If you add bacon, it's $7.59.
Was there a lot of ice cream on there?
The ice cream that was on there was all things like shakes. I think there was a banana split from it was either like Dairy Queen or Baskin Robbins. I forget which one it was from, but it was a large banana split and it had the bananas and all the other stuff that makes it good. So
What about anything from Sonic?
I don't remember seeing anything from Sonic. Arby's was not Arby's. The other one, Carl's Jr. was heavily represented as well.
Same,
Okay,
yeah.
because
Same thing.
Sonic has that. First of all, they got tater tots,
Okay,
which puts them in a different league,
And they'll put chili and Fritos
and
on.
they will put stuff on them.
I don't hate him for that. Okay,
I don't either.
I'm so glad Ashley's not on
Man.
this show.
Pooh Bear, did you ever go with David and I to, I think it was Bar Louie, when they would have all you could eat tater tot night?
Yes. Indeed.
Man, they'd see us walk in, they were like, "Oh shit!"
And I believe
Get
they also
another-
had a slider special, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah,
They had a slider special that I'd like to partake in.
Put another kid
Indeed.
on the fryer. We got work to do.
Yeah,
the big guy just showed up.
Big guy. Which big guy?
exactly. 3 of these guys just walked in.
Oh man! So the interesting thing about that top 10 list is I don't believe I've had any of those.
Really?
Scroll, give it to me one more time.
You've had it.
Here we go. Just run it down real quick.
Yes, just do it real quick.
Number 1, Burger King Triple Whopper, followed by the White Castle Hash Brown Nibblers, Chipotle
No.
Carnitas Burritos, Subway
No.
Chicken Bacon and Ranch Melt, Taco
No.
Bell Nachos Grande.
Yes.
There you go. KFC Famous Bowl, Arby's Roast Turkey, has ranch and bacon. Ranch makes it 3 times on the list, by the way. Stay away from ranch. Checkers, only position they made was a Checkers garlic parmesan chicken wings, McDonald's double quarter pounder, and the Domino's, Cali chicken ranch bacon.
Yeah, not gonna order
Wow.
that.
So of those 10 things, I've only ever had one. That was the double quarter pounder from McDonald's.
You never had a nachos Bel Grande?
No, I mean I've had nachos at Taco Bell, but never those.
I haven't had these probably many of these exact things, but I've had several things that are pretty close to it. Like I may have eaten a double Whopper at one time, and I've definitely had chicken sandwiches from Subway. I just didn't have the branch on it, which I don't know what else.
Wow.
I don't incriminate myself anymore, but there you go.
Wow.
So
I'm gonna have to look.
Man.
I'm gonna have to look this up after.
So the ranch is a bad news because that is a staple in the keto diet for a lot of things.
Well, if you're on keto, I think all rules are off. As far as that goes.
I don't know. Are both of you still currently on keto?
It depends on what you mean by currently.
Oh boy.
So,
Like, are you currently in ketosis?
so I've had no carbs today, but I did work. I worked overtime yesterday, and I'm working in a battalion that I don't normally work in. And the first thing the guy said to me, they said, "Hey, is there anything you don't eat?" And I said, "Yeah, fish. Anything from the I don't eat nothing from the sea." And they're like, "Well, tonight was fish night, so I guess we won't do that." And I said, so I didn't want to tell them about the carbs at that point. I just kind of I felt bad that I took fish night from them. And then on Friday, I had a guy
So this was a couple of days in a row.
It was 2 days in a row. Friday, I actually we wound up going to Tibby's for lunch. It wasn't really my choice.
Oh, did you get the beignets?
No, I didn't get a beignet, man, but I did get a po' boy. And no, I didn't get cheese. I just had a po' boy with fries. And I didn't eat all the fries, and it was only half a po' boy. But anyway,
that totally makes up for it. I didn't eat them all.
You ate
I'd have made those beignets.
Well, I still had an idea. I still had the idea that I was gonna. I was calling it a cheat meal at that point, which morphed into a chief day, which morphed into a chief weekend. Sunday, I did get up this morning, and I was back on it, and I'm trying to round out the month, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go a couple extra days to make up for it in July.
There you go.
I don't know. I've been on it for a good stretch here, but I'll be kicking it to the curb 4th of July weekend.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have a chance.
But here's what I've learned.
Nobody ever responded. Do you guys want to come over next weekend for ribs or no?
You sent out a request?
Well, no, Thursday I was talking about it, and Chrissy said, "Hey, you should invite everybody over for the 4th." I'm like, "All right." So I told you guys Thursday, and it morphed from getting together on Saturday to ribs are good, and just kept going into this conversation of how good ribs are. I'm like, okay, but do we want to come eat them?
Dude, ribs are so good. I bought some ribs at Sam's today. I was told Lisa, I said, I'm going to buy some ribs and maybe have them for the 4th. Somehow I missed out on that invite there, but let me run it by Lisa and see what we got going on.
Okay.
I will not be available on 4th of July.
Ooh, we can have a rib competition. You make your ribs, I'll make my ribs. I'll bring them over and see what happens.
Oh no, well, hold on. That sounds like a man event.
You're already out. You're out, man.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's got to be a man event thing.
Nobody, there's nothing exciting in a smoker though. I mean, that's hard to make a video of. It's like
right. Put them on and sit and wait.
Well, I mean, you're not. I'm sorry, you can't catch it on fire.
Don't give it everything away.
Pyrotechnic. Tell Clifford I said hi from an unknown eater.
Uh-oh.
Where are we getting that from?
Comments.
Interesting.
That's the YouTuber or YouTube user's name.
Was that the person that was from Chad or whatever?
It could be.
Oh, that was another.
Well, this one they changed their name to Unknown Eater.
Okay. Well, okay.
So,
Oh wait, there's a picture.
Oh.
Somebody eating McDonald's fries. Maybe that's what the picture means. It's a picture of an unknown eater of fries.
Is it fries?
Those are definitely McDonald's fries.
Man, is there a better fry?
I don't think so. That is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orders of McDonald's fries.
I don't think there's a better fry.
Well, now I'm in the mood for McDonald's fries, and I'm on keto, so that didn't help.
And Dan says your po' boy is not on the keto
not
diet.
to be confused with Pooh Bear.
No,
Right.
Oh man.
So we've been kicking around this idea of us doing some sort of weight loss. I don't know if you call it challenge or competition or something.
I feel like I'm just in this to help you guys along. Yeah, I just want to be motivated.
So- all right. So are you going to stick to keto
No,
now?
no. I'll
So
go.
you're-
I'd be willing to count calories.
So how did you do? I think you started doing this in June before you blew it
Yeah,
this weekend. But how were you doing?
I was doing okay. I was down 8 pounds. Actually, I'd hoped to be a little bit further along than that, but 8 pounds is where I wound up at.
It's a good month.
I did not get on the scale today. I didn't want to see what the last 2 days did to me.
Yeah, true that.
So I'm going with pre-cheat day on my numbers. Weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. How about anybody else?
Pooh Bear, you still keto?
I have been on a modified keto for about 2 months now, since I won the previous weight loss competition.
What was what is modified keto?
It's typically keto throughout the week, and then on the weekends I just enjoy myself the way I want to and get back on keto through the week. And I've just been holding steady.
And how's that been working?
Sometimes I lose a pound or two, and usually I just kind of stay steady. There's no gains, that's for sure.
No, I mean, my experience is for keto to really be successful, you got to put a couple of weeks together. You got to put 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks together for it to get really smoking hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which that's hard to do. 3 weeks is one thing, 6 weeks is another.
It can be. If you're starting to see, what the numbers drop, then it's motivating to stay on. That's how it worked for me, earlier this year.
But you don't get pissed when everybody else is eating a sandwich and you're going back for wings for like the 10th day in a row. And I like chicken wings as much as anybody, but I'm like, come on, man. I mean, here we go.
Kind of like on Father's Day when I was ordering a public sub and your wife came in to pick up your chicken wings.
Yes, exactly. Exactly like that.
Oh man. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, I'd be so convenient, especially when people in the house aren't with me. I appreciate my wife is eating the same types of foods I am because it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
But lately she has not been motivated as much as I have, so she's been eating what she wants to eat, and it's not keto, and it hurts when you're having to cook by yourself, or you're cooking a steak and she's got a potato in the oven too. You're like, oh man, potato would really be good with the steak, but
yeah,
it's still steak.
Yeah. So you talk about the chicken wings, Chief. You definitely eat, at least I do, chicken wings a lot.
Oh, they're just handy. They're either right there
on keto. Yeah. And it's handy that you can just like roll up to Publix and getting some hot and spicy.
Some of the best
don't even have to wait in line. Just boom, I'll take those and go.
Yes.
Dan's calling you out on the rib challenge.
I find I eat a lot of hamburger, no bun.
Yeah.
Steak more than probably should, because that's real heavy.
And delicious.
Yes, and delicious. It's interesting. I don't eat as much breakfast as you would think. Like I'm not crushing, eggs and bacon and sausage.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the modified, because and I also we talked about intermittent fasting before. When I am, in full blown ketosis, I stop eating probably around 7 o'clock at night, and then I don't have another meal until noon on the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So for breakfast, it's usually just coffee, and I completely switched to just drinking coffee black now. There's no cream or sugar at all in my coffee.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome, by the way. It is really the way to go for me. But yeah, so you're just drinking that, and then if I am slightly hungry, I'll have a cheese stick or some sausage patties or something. That is he's not even messing around with that.
Nope. That's true.
There's not a single false piece of information in that statement.
Nope. That's every time. So I got a friend of mine who's been doing the fasting a bit of a different way. He's just not been doing lunch. So grabs something for breakfast, skips lunch, eats dinner. and he's been having some now not doing keto, just eats health. This particular
Right.
person, by the way, just eats healthy. Period. Very much in shape, and is doing really well on it.
That sounds a little like the old Slim Fast plan, a shake for
Yeah,
breakfast.
shake
Yeah.
for breakfast, shake for lunch, and yeah.
And then a healthy dinner.
Yeah, there's no healthy dinner at that point. You're so freaking hungry, man. You just
No, you
crush.
start killing nachos.
That's the thing.
You're eating nachos Belgrande.
Nachos Bill Grande and a
If-
triple cheeseburger from Burger King.
Yeah, if I don't eat a filling lunch, regardless of how healthy it is, if it's not filling, by the time I get home from work, 4:00, I'm just gonna pound whatever I see. And if the kids have a bag of Doritos out, it's gone.
I feel like if we changed lunch to dinner, you had the big meal of the day at lunch, I might be able to get away with just, like a bowl of cereal or something at dinner time. But I'm talking a real meal, potatoes and pot roast and stuff like that. Not,
Hey,
Well, that's Sunday. That's what Sundays are for.
I was gonna say you've never had like cereal for dinner is a thing.
oh yeah,
Yes.
Cereal for dinner is a thing.
it's also cereal after dinner is a thing too. So
Yeah. Dessert.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sure.
venture to guess the Chief doesn't miss dessert very often.
dude, listen, these people, I do appreciate them. They bring stuff to the fire station, but it's never what I need. It's always it's donuts or I walked in the other day. There was a bin of chocolate like Hershey bars and all the Snickers and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, this is a you can't see it on the screen. It's a big bin. We're talking 3 feet long, 2 feet high, and it was just full of junk. And I was like, dude, if somebody would bring me like a pineapple and a mango and some grapes, I would be much happier with that. I would,
Happy?
I would, yeah, because you know what? I'm like, look, I'm gonna eat what they bring me. And I'm
It's
gonna be
disrespectful not to.
Yeah,
It's
it's
disrespectful
exactly.
not to.
It's disrespectful not to, but I'm like, well, I like the fruit. Fruit's delicious. I like it, and I would have to feel bad about myself, later. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about myself. I just wish I had.
Regretful.
I don't. Yeah, a little bit of regret, maybe.
So, Chief, are you going to be healthy enough to do another Spartan?
If they have them, yeah, I'm ready. Went for a little run the other day, chugged up
Ready?
and down. It was hot.
Ready?
So, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Like you could go right now. Ready?
Well, say like when you say like right now ready, so I would finish the course, but am I going to climb the rope to the top? Maybe not all the way. Maybe not all the way. But I can definitely do the low crawl under the barbed wire. When you climb the steep ramp with the rope and then slide into the mud. I got the sliding part like a pro. I am really good at that.
What's the measurement on the barbed wire crawl?
Dude, it's long.
low. It's
It's long.
long and it's low.
Yes.
See,
Like there's no arching.
No.
If you arch, you've ripped your pants.
Which I did rip my shirt last time.
Which you
No,
did rip
first
your
time I ripped my shirt. First time I ripped my shirt. Yeah.
See, that's discriminatory against big people.
The easiest way, in my opinion, to do the barbed wire crawl is to roll it.
Dude, I did that and I got so dizzy. Remember the first one we did
Yes.
had that little break in between?
Yep.
Dude, I was in trouble getting up after that. World was spinning and I said, I gotta crawl, man. Can't do it. Although I did I remember I rolled onto that girl, this little I rolled right on top of her. I'm like, hey.
How you doing? So you come here often?
I was like, man, if you don't mind just pulling, that would be great right now. It's
Oh man. Now
Make it
I
out
need
before
something. I need something like that to put on the calendar to give me that motivation. Like I've quit running. And I mean I'm still doing workouts outside of the boot camp. But I haven't been doing any running. I've been doing like riding, bikes or elliptical trainer or something like that. But if I had something like that to train for, I would start doing it.
all right. Well, there's we talked about doing the one in October down in Palm Beach, and I think that was still in the books. But I'm going to tell you, the way I hate to keep saying COVID, but it's affecting everything. I don't think they're going to have these races in October. I really don't. I mean, it's a lot of people congregating together, and
Yeah, a lot of fun though. Those things are a lot of fun.
tons of fun. What's not fun is it's not. I think it's not the mud run. It's the one where you get shocked at the end that you have to run through the electrical wires. Have you seen that?
I think that's a Savage.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna get,
Why would you?
dude, I don't know. I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun to me. I'm like, at least the other things are events. This is just punishment. You're gonna run through electric fence or something.
I'd have to find somebody after that. And
All right, so
unload.
here's what I'm going to propose. In the absence of, we may or may not have a Spartan
Okay.
that we can participate in, which, by the way, I think is a great idea for a man event short.
Yeah.
Like get Pooh Bear, videotaping it, and
Yes, thank you for clarifying what my role is going to be.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit of running, like to get good video of Cliff and I doing some stuff.
Zoom.
No, you're going to want to hear what we're saying because that's the part that's good.
Shotgun mic.
You're going to have one of those laser mics,
Yes.
like on.
We'll get the wireless goes. We'll get the
Like
wireless.
the FBI has.
We'll get the
You'll have
wireless
one of those laser like sniper rifle microphones.
You know what? Honestly, if
they can pick up a conversation a mile away.
If we did some sort of a course where we built it and it wasn't an actual race where I'd be holding anybody up, I'd be willing to try some of these challenges just to see.
Oh, we could do some of the stuff at like
that.
Crunch. We could do some of this stuff at a local gym.
They probably wouldn't let us in to do that.
I don't know. So, anyways, here's what my proposal is. I think we're all kind of in the except Matt. Like we said, he eats vegetables.
Yeah, he's not here tonight.
Wanting to continue to lose, to continue to lose the weight through the summer season is, why don't we make a segment of the show? We do a quick check-in, every week. Hey, this is what I did. This is how I did. This is how my training went. I know Pooh Bear, you don't plan to do any.
I'm here. I'm fat. Check.
And then now we're accountable to like the entire world.
I think
Or at least 5 people in the world.
it's a struggle. It's applicable, I think, to men. So why not? I'm in. I'll tell them what's going on, what I'm doing, what worked, what didn't work. I don't want to hear any advice though. I don't want somebody telling me, hey, try doing this and that. I'm like, nah, you stick to, probably skinny person out there giving you advice.
You're a skinny person, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a personal trainer giving you advice.
Yeah, we don't need that either, man. She's in charge for 1 hour a day. That's it.
Don't eat meat.
Yeah. I don't eat meat during that hour.
Don't take me to Hooters.
No, she's not going back to Hooters either.
I don't think so.
I think she would go if we were doing another road trip, to Palm Beach or something.
Well, like say Palm Beach.
And we tell her, hey, this is where the chicken wings are. We're all keto,
Nice.
whether we're keto or not. She's like, okay.
So I'd be up for that. Give me something else to motivate
Yeah.
Okay.
myself.
Yeah, I don't know what Matt's gonna do.
I don't know. Maybe you could look for some muscular gain.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not calling him out. He's not, unmuscular, but if he wanted to do something and participate some other way, that could work.
Maybe I think it would be fair to put a weighted vest on Matt to do the run.
Yeah.
Oh, put him. Okay.
Yeah, here's a 10-pound vest, or one of those rucksacks that Ashley used to make us run with.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't run now,
listen, I think she used to be a lot more hardcore than she is right now.
Oh, dude, no doubt. We were definitely working harder.
I think that you scared her with all the complaining that you do. I don't know that I don't this is legit. I don't know that she doesn't know whether you're joking about all the complaining or if you're serious.
Oh,
Dude, the only thing that I'm not joking about are bands. I'm not doing any more bands. I'm done with those.
Just this past week, I don't know what it was we were about to line up to do, and Cliff's like, yeah, I'm getting in my truck.
What?
Like we're there. We just finished our warm-up run. Well, actually, Cliff
Mm.
didn't finish his because he was late. And
that
so he
wasn't my
didn't
fault. That was-
start his warm-up run.
Yeah.
And she's explaining all of the stuff that we're about to do. And he's like, yeah, I'm getting in my truck.
Yeah.
He didn't get in the truck though, but
I didn't get in the truck. I stayed.
that day
I
was
suffered.
death by kettlebell swing.
Oh, that was a bad day. Yeah. So,
That was a bad day. Not a light day. Well, gents, you guys want to wrap this up?
yeah, it's been a good night.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, missing
Silly
Matty
Matt.
Ho. Matty Ho had the night off tonight.
Who's the unknown eater? Someone tell me who that is.
I don't know.
Throw it out there.
I don't know. They know you though.
Yeah.
He say hi.
So check us out on Facebook at The Man Event, on YouTube at The Man Event, soon to be on Instagram at The Man Event Show.
Hmm.
Like, subscribe, all of those channels. Make sure you got all of the up-to-date stuff. Look out this Saturday, July 4th, the next Man Event short steak day, Independence Day.
Which you will know when it hits, if you're subscribed.
Yes, you will know when it hits if you're a subscriber.
Hey, in relation to the 4th of July, I'm going to steal a line from Pooh Bear, and that said, treason is the reason for the season.
Yes, it is.
So,
All right,
The
gentlemen.
reason.
Make it a
All
great
right,
week. See you next Sunday night, 7:30
night.
Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern. My bad.
no, we're still live.
He's giving us wrong. He's giving out the wrong times. I had to stay.